Feeling tired all the time, losing interest in daily life, or simply feeling off is not always just aging. Chronic fatigue and depression are frequently linked in older adults and often overlooked. In many cases, these symptoms are not signs of weakness or just getting older. They're responses to real, treatable changes in your body, brain, and daily habits. This video breaks down what's actually happening and what you can start doing to feel better. Like the video, subscribe, and tap the bell so you don't miss the next parts. Let's begin. Part 1. 5 core factors that cause fatigue and low mood in older adults, and how to fix them. 1. Nutrient absorption declines. Even if your diet hasn't changed after age 60, the body becomes less efficient at absorbing key nutrients, especially vitamin B12, vitamin D, iron, and magnesium. These nutrients support your nervous system, blood oxygenation, and energy production. Deficiencies often cause tiredness, low motivation, and even depression-like symptoms. What to do? Ask your doctor to test your blood for B12, vitamin D, ferritin, iron stores, and magnesium. If B12 is low, use sublingual tablets or injections. Standard pills often aren't absorbed well. Add foods like eggs, oily fish, leafy greens, nuts, and legumes. Or take physician-approved supplements. Limit alcohol and antacids, which can interfere with absorption. Recheck levels every 6 to 12 months, especially if symptoms return. Even small corrections in nutrient status can significantly improve energy, cognition, and emotional stability. 2. Loss of routine and daily structure. Leads to mental disengagement, retirement, loss of social roles, or reduced mobility often remove the structure that kept your brain engaged. Without daily mental stimulation, motivation, and energy decline. The result isn't just boredom, it's neurochemical downregulation. What to do? Set wake-up and bedtime at consistent times. Your brain functions better with rhythm. Plan one mental and one physical task each day. Even simple ones like reading a chapter or walking 15 minutes. Schedule enjoyable activities at fixed times. Morning tea, phone calls, or crosswords. Avoid long stretches of passive time, e.g., watching TV for hours without breaks. Use calendars or visual cues to create external structure. This supports internal momentum. A structured day activates focus, mood stability, and natural energy cycles. 3. Deconditioning of muscles and cardiovascular function. Many older adults gradually reduce movement due to stiffness, joint pain, or fear of falling. But inactivity weakens muscles, reduces blood flow, and lowers oxygen delivery to the brain and body, all of which increase fatigue and mood changes. What to do? Move daily. 20 to 30 minutes of walking, gentle exercise, or active chores. If walking is difficult, use seated routines, chair yoga, light stretches, or resistance bands. Focus on compound movements, sit to stand, wall push-ups, arm swings. Avoid being still for more than 1 hour. Set a timer to stand or stretch. Include breath work. 5 to 10 minutes of slow nasal breathing improves oxygen use. Movement isn't optional. It's essential to circulation, neurotransmitters, and emotional stability. 4. Poor sleep efficiency. Even if you sleep long hours, sleep becomes lighter and more fragmented with age. Even 8 hours in bed may not include enough deep or REM sleep. Common causes: nighttime urination, pain, medications, and poor sleep environment. Lack of restorative sleep worsens fatigue and impairs mood regulation. What to do? Avoid screens and overhead lights for at least 1 hour before sleep. Reduce caffeine after 2 p.m. and avoid heavy meals late. Keep your bedroom dark, cool, and quiet. Use blackout curtains or a sleep mask. If you wake often, Speak to a doctor about possible sleep apnea or restless legs. Use light in the morning, natural or lamp, to reset your circadian rhythm. Improving sleep quality, not just quantity, is a direct path to better energy and mental clarity. 5. Emotional understimulation and limited social interaction. Even if you're not lonely, emotional disconnection affects your nervous system. Human contact, verbal, physical, or emotional, supports dopamine and oxytocin release, which buffer against depression and fatigue. What to do? Call one person per day, even briefly. Join or rejoin a group, in person or online, for hobbies, discussion, or support. Read aloud, listen to music, or write your thoughts. These engage your emotional circuits. Touch matters. Hugs, hand contact, or even massage improve mood regulation. Talk about how you feel, not just what you do. Suppression increases mental strain. Emotion is not separate from health. It's a critical component of energy and recovery. Which of these 5 areas feels most relevant to you? Comment below. Your experience might help someone else identify their next step. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss Part 2, where we'll cover daily environmental and behavioral factors that silently reduce energy and mood. Part 2. Daily habits and environmental triggers that quietly drain energy and lower mood. Even if your health is stable and your routine seems calm, your daily environment and behavior patterns can quietly overload your system. Small, repeated stressors, physical, sensory, or emotional, build tension, fatigue, and eventually reduce mental resilience. In older adults, these patterns often go unnoticed until energy is already depleted. This section focuses on 5 common everyday factors that contribute to fatigue and low mood, and what you can change starting today. 1. Inconsistent hydration and poor fluid timing. Mild dehydration is common after 60 due to reduced thirst perception. Even a 1 to 2% drop in hydration affects energy, focus, and circulation. Drinking too much fluid late in the day can also disrupt sleep due to nighttime urination. What to do? Drink small amounts of water steadily throughout the day, not large quantities all at once. Aim for 1.5 to 2 liters daily from all sources: water, tea, soups, fruits. Reduce fluid intake 1 to 2 hours before bedtime to prevent sleep interruptions. Pay attention to urine color. Light yellow usually means hydration is adequate. Limit sugary drinks or excessive caffeine, both of which can dehydrate and overstimulate. Balanced hydration supports blood pressure, brain function, and cellular energy. 2. Overexposure to noise, screens, or cluttered visual environments. The brain processes every sensory input, even when you're not focused on it. Constant background noise, chaotic visual spaces, or long hours in front of screens add to mental fatigue and emotional dysregulation. What to do? Reduce ambient noise. Turn off background TV or radio when not actively listening. Create one low-stimulation zone at home, with soft lighting, no screens, and minimal clutter. Use curtains or soft dividers to reduce visual overload in active areas. Replace some screen time with music, conversation, or paper-based activities. Avoid scrolling or intense media content in the first and last hour of the day. Sensory rest is as important as physical rest. Your nervous system needs recovery space. 3. Staying indoors. Without access to natural light and air, spending most of the day indoors, especially in low-light or poorly ventilated spaces, suppresses mood-regulating hormones and disrupts circadian rhythms. Lack of daylight exposure decreases serotonin and can mimic symptoms of seasonal depression, even in warm climates. What to do? Open windows daily, even in cold weather. to refresh indoor air. Sit near a bright window for at least 15 to 30 minutes in the morning. Step outside once a day, even just to a balcony, porch, or garden. Use full-spectrum daylight bulbs in darker rooms. If natural light is limited, consider a 10,000 lux light therapy box for 20 minutes each morning. Your biology is tuned to the sun. Exposure to daylight supports alertness, mood, and hormonal regulation. 4. Prolonged sitting in static postures. Long periods of sitting, especially in soft chairs or poor posture, reduce blood flow, impair lymphatic drainage, and increase joint stiffness. This leads to both physical fatigue and reduced oxygenation to the brain. What to do? Change position every 30 to 45 minutes. Even small shifts matter. Use a firm chair with back support. Sit with feet flat, hips slightly higher than knees. Stretch your arms, shoulders, and ankles 2 to 3 times per day. Take short standing or walking breaks between seated tasks. Avoid slumping or leaning forward for long periods, which restrict breathing and circulation. Dynamic posture supports energy flow. Movement promotes both mental clarity and physical relief. 5. Performing daily tasks without mental presence. Doing things on autopilot, eating, walking, cleaning, without mental engagement reduces sensory feedback and emotional satisfaction. Over time, this leads to feelings of emptiness, irritability, or emotional flatness, even when the body is active. What to do? Practice doing one task per day with full presence. Feel the water when washing dishes, or observe your steps during a walk. Eliminate multitasking during meals or rest. Allow the brain to focus fully. Keep a short daily reflection journal. One sentence about what felt good or interesting today. Notice textures, sounds, or colors during mundane activities to reactivate awareness. Before each task, take one deep breath and bring your attention into the present moment. Attention is energy. How you do something can matter as much as what you do. These small adjustments to your surroundings and routines may seem minor, but over time, they reduce internal stress and restore your baseline energy. In Part 3, we'll focus on the mental habits and emotional patterns that make fatigue worse, and how to break them without willpower or pressure. If you're finding this content useful, like the video, subscribe, and click the bell so you'll be notified when the next part is released. Every shift counts, especially when it's sustainable. Part 3. Thought patterns and emotional cycles that reinforce fatigue and low mood, and how to break them. Not all exhaustion comes from the body. In many older adults, unhelpful thought patterns, emotional holding, and outdated beliefs about aging quietly reinforce fatigue and reduce motivation, even when physical health is stable. This part identifies 5 psychological and emotional habits that commonly appear after 60 and offers practical ways to shift them. 1. Internalized ageism. This is just how it is now. Many people absorb the belief that low energy, loss of interest, and reduced engagement are inevitable after a certain age. This mindset blocks efforts to improve health and diminishes the perceived value of trying new strategies. What to do? Challenge automatic thoughts like, "I'm too old for this," or "It's pointless now." Replace generalizations with facts. "My body is older, but it's still responsive to care." Keep a record of small wins, physical, mental, or emotional, to prove change is possible. Surround yourself with voices that support capacity, not decline. Focus on what's modifiable today, not what has already changed. Your brain and body remain adaptable throughout life, but belief is the first barrier to address. 2. Emotional suppression and self-silencing. Many older adults learn to stay calm, keep emotions in, or avoid being a burden. Over time, this reduces emotional expression, dulls natural feelings, and creates internal tension that mimics depression. What to do? Speak honestly, even in small doses, about what you feel: frustration, joy, fear, or loss. Use safe outlets: journaling, talking to a trusted friend, or voice recording your reflections. Watch a film or listen to music that evokes natural emotion, and allow yourself to respond. Don't apologize for needing emotional space or conversation. Practice daily. Today, I felt, even if just one sentence. Unspoken emotion doesn't disappear. It settles in the body and drains energy. Expression is a form of release. 3. Persistent self-criticism and negative internal dialogue. Many people run a constant loop of self-judgment. I'm not doing enough. I'm weak. I've lost value. This inner voice becomes background noise, and it's exhausting. It erodes motivation and blocks emotional recovery. What to do? Begin noticing the tone of your inner dialogue. Would you speak that way to someone you love? Write down critical thoughts, then rewrite them in a neutral or compassionate tone. Use corrective phrases aloud. I'm doing my best with what I have today. Limit comparisons, especially to your younger self or others with different lives. Speak your effort out loud. This was hard, and I did it anyway. Kindness is not indulgence. It's neurological input that reduces stress response and improves resilience. 4. Fear of asking for help or expressing needs. After a lifetime of being independent or caring for others, many seniors resist reaching out, even when overwhelmed. This leads to silent overload, resentment, or deepened isolation, all of which drain energy and worsen mood. What to do? Identify one need: emotional, physical, or practical, and name it clearly. Ask one trusted person per week for support, feedback, or just conversation. Accept offers of help without guilt. Receiving is part of human balance. Reframe asking for help as staying connected, not being weak. Share your preferences with clarity. I feel better when, or I need time before I respond. Healthy interdependence supports emotional recovery and prevents silent burnout. 5. Fear-based avoidance of change or new input. It's natural to seek safety and routine, but if fear drives avoidance of new habits, relationships, or thoughts, stagnation sets in. The nervous system needs stimulation, challenge, and novelty to stay flexible, especially in later life. What to do? Introduce low-stakes variety. A new walking route, different music, or a new author. Try one unfamiliar activity per week, even passively, like watching a documentary on an unknown topic. Replace "what if I fail" with "what if it helps?" Take small emotional risks, expressing opinions, joining discussions, or reconnecting. Reflect weekly. What did I try this week that wasn't routine? Adaptability is energy. Without it, the brain slows. With it, new pathways and energy begin to form again. You don't need to force positivity or hide your truth, but you do need to recognize how your thoughts and emotional reflexes affect your physical state. In Part 4, we'll shift toward evening routines, light exposure, and sleep practices that support deep overnight recovery, not just rest. If this helped clarify something inside you, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. Sustainable change starts with small internal adjustments, and they can begin today. Part 4. Evening habits, light exposure, and sleep patterns that support real recovery. Chronic fatigue and mood instability often persist because the body doesn't recover, even during sleep. Older adults may lie down for 7 to 8 hours, but wake up feeling unrefreshed. That's because recovery isn't about time in bed. It's about quality, rhythm, and the conditions you create before and during rest. This final part focuses on 5 practical evening and nighttime adjustments that improve recovery, support hormonal balance, and help you wake with more clarity and strength. 1. Using artificial light. Too late in the evening exposure to bright or overhead light in the evening suppresses melatonin, the hormone that regulates sleep cycles. The result is lighter sleep, delayed sleep onset, and disrupted circadian rhythm, all of which worsen fatigue and emotional regulation. What to do? Dim all lights 1 to 2 hours before bedtime. Use table lamps or wall lights, not ceiling fixtures. Switch to warm-colored bulbs below 3000 Kelvin. Avoid white or blue-toned light after sunset. Consider using amber-tinted glasses in the evening to block blue light from screens or LEDs. Reduce overall light intensity gradually, not all at once. Use natural light during the day to reinforce your brain's internal clock. Melatonin isn't optional. It's the trigger for deep physiological recovery. Light controls its release. 2. Overstimulating the brain right before bed. Late-night news, intense conversations, or digital scrolling keep the brain in an active state. This prevents the nervous system from entering parasympathetic, rest and digest mode. Even if you feel physically tired. What to do? Avoid emotionally charged media or conversations in the final hour before sleep. Replace scrolling with calm input. Light reading, soft music, or quiet breathing. Avoid screens 60 minutes before bed. If not possible, use night mode or blue light filters. Write down loose thoughts or tasks for tomorrow. This frees mental space. Use a consistent phrase or cue, "This day is done," to signal wind down. Your brain needs transition time. Going straight from stimulation to sleep rarely works, especially after 60. 3. Sleeping in physically unsupportive or stressful positions. The way you position your body at night affects breathing, blood flow, joint health, and nervous system tone. Sleeping flat on the back or in twisted postures may worsen joint pain, pressure buildup, or restricted oxygen intake, especially in older adults. What to do? Sleep on your side with a supportive pillow between your knees to align the spine. If you prefer sleeping on your back, elevate the upper body slightly with a wedge or extra pillows. Use a pillow that supports the neck, not too high, not too flat. Avoid tight clothing or anything that compresses the torso or waist. Keep the bedroom temperature cool, around 18 to 20 degrees Celsius, 64 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit. Comfort at night isn't luxury. It directly affects nervous system recovery and inflammation reduction. 4. Ignoring nighttime waking and restlessness. Many people wake during the night to use the bathroom, adjust position, or due to internal stress. But how you respond to these moments determines whether you return to rest or stay in alert mode until morning. What to do? Don't check the clock. This creates time anxiety and makes falling asleep harder. Avoid turning on bright lights. Use dim, indirect light only if necessary. Practice slow, nose-based breathing, e.g., 4 seconds in, 6 seconds out, for 1 to 2 minutes. If thoughts loop, silently repeat a calming phrase or count backward from 100. Return to bed only when you feel drowsy again. Avoid lying awake in frustration. Middle-of-the-night wakefulness is normal. The goal is reducing overreaction and supporting gentle return to rest. 5. Starting the morning with noise, urgency, or inactivity. Your recovery doesn't end with sleep. It extends into how you wake. Waking abruptly, in silence, or without intention often leaves you disoriented or mentally dull. This weakens your natural energy rhythm and dampens emotional readiness for the day. What to do? Wake up with natural light, if possible. Open curtains or use gradual light alarms. Final thoughts. Avoid phones or screens in the first 20 to 30 minutes. Let your brain reset gradually. Move your body. Light stretching, walking to the kitchen, or gentle movements. Drink warm water to rehydrate after 7 to 8 hours of dryness. Set one clear, manageable intention for the day before any other tasks. Morning rhythm sets the tone for mental clarity and physical pacing. Don't skip it. Even with age, the body is capable of recovery. But that recovery requires support, especially in the hours before and during sleep. If you've watched all 4 parts, thank you. Like the video, subscribe, and tap the bell so you stay updated with future content on restoring energy, clarity, and emotional health after 60. Recovery is not a luxury. It's the foundation for everything else. And it starts with one small change at a time, repeated with care. See you in the next video.